The college admissions process creates immense stress and anxiety for current high school students. The new head of the Canton High School Guidance Department is working to help students better succeed in finding the right college for them.
The whole overall idea of the process, I think, is twofold. One, I think it really represents the transition from childhood into adulthood. It's really the first time that a teenager is making a decision that is solely about how they're going to experience the next 2 to 4 years of their life. In high school, it's really thinking about, okay, what is it that I actually want? So I think freshman year, you really just want to focus on adjusting because you're trying to handle a totally different set of standards. It's a much higher bar. Your grades matter for college. And I think sophomore year is really the year of like, who am I? What do I want? What might I be interested in? And then junior year is pairing those colleges and universities that line up with your interests. And then senior year is just literally like the paperwork process. So colleges are all going to tell you the same thing. They're going to say, we look at the whole picture. We look at the student's resume and their interests and all of that. And it's because they want you to apply. They're never going to flat out say, if you have a below a 3.0, don't bother applying. Which I think in some ways does a disservice because it's really hard for families and students to figure out, okay, where am I really going to get in? Because everybody tells me to apply. The two largest factors are still for the schools that take the SAT and ACT, a standardized test, but the number one factor is your transcript, what you're taking, and how you're doing in those classes. And then if you sort of meet their minimums of, okay, you're in our ballpark of what we look for, then they'll dig into the meatier parts. Then they'll say, okay, where would she fit within the community? Do we need a band player? Do we need someone in TV production?
Overall, she feels the most important parts of the process are to show interest in schools and to be open to multiple possibilities.
When you meet an admissions officer and you don't take that time to send that thank you email after they've come and done a visit at Canton High, and you go at the open house, but you don't get your tour's name and send in, a thank you, or you don't reach out to the admissions rep that's in charge of your area and say, hey, I'm really interested in this major. I know that you offer it, and I really like the campus, but I want to know more about it. They track all of that. And if you're being discussed at a table, and it's usually an odd number, let's say 9, and there's a 4-4 vote, and they're swaying one way or the other on you, and they look to see, have you shown any real, genuine appreciation for this school, and the answer is no, I think that hurts kids a lot more than they think it does. I think the other thing is, too, there's not one college that can make you happy. There's a lot of colleges that can make you happy, and I think if you put this expectation that there's a perfect place, that all your problems are going to be solved, and it's going to be a perfect world, there's no perfect world. There's a perfect place for you at the right time, and that's going to be any of several options.
For Canton Community Television, this is Jenny Walke reporting.